Oh, we are live! How are we, lads? Come on, the footy! The footy spot! Guys, subscribe to the channel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah! The Cowboys win it! Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am Nick from Australia, and welcome to the Rugby League World Cup Week 1 review. The first round of the Rugby League World Cup has come to an end. What about round 1 of the World Cup, CJ? First things first, mate. Thanks for coming on tonight. How good was week 1 of the World Cup, bro? I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Yeah, week 1 of the World Cup. There were a few surprises, a few shockers, but I really enjoyed it. It was good having the World Cup back, and I thought it was a good week 1.
I thought it was excellent. I thought it was outstanding. Let me just say this. If you're a person like myself that has to work a job during the normal hours that you would work between, say, 8 till 5, if you have to work those hours and you stayed up and watched some of the World Cup games, I hope your sleeping pattern's going okay, because mine is fucked. It's so tough. It is so tough. But hey, I do it for the Super League. I can do it for this. So, I mean, some of the games, we had games at 3 a.m. The games that are at 12:30 are okay to deal with because you can live with it. But the games that are on at 3:30 and 5:30, they're so difficult to get up for. But this is what rugby league does to you. I'm committed to rugby league, and the rugby league is part of my life, so I'll get up for it regardless. But CJ, mate, how is your sleeping pattern going, by the way?
I woke up at 4 in the afternoon today, so that says something. Yeah, so I was watching the World Cup. I fell asleep, I think, right as the full-time siren blew. And I woke up at 4 p.m. and I was like, what the hell happened?
It's so hard, eh? Like, it really is. Anyway, before we get into the week 1 review of the Rugby League World Cup, I want to say hello to everybody in the live chat. We've got a bit of a crowd starting to build up here, so it's great to see. Hello to SS Storm fan. Jason Reader is here. We've got Electrical Dust. We've got Phil Rogers all the way over there from the UK. Hello to everyone in the UK. I hope you guys are all doing well. And I reckon everyone in the UK will be loving the World Cup, especially attending all the games and whatnot. Hello to Jason Reader. Hello to Manly341. Hello to Luke Melbourne Storm fan. We've got Jaden Lambert. We've got Jay Evans. The chat is building. And, well, you love to see it, CJ. You love to see the crowd building up. England is Jerome Luai's daddy, which is great to see as well. Before we get into the review, a lot of people have been asking me lately, Nick, how come you haven't been doing live streams every day? How come you haven't been posting every day like I usually do? Here's the thing, right? I took a few days off for myself. I felt physically drained, mentally tired. I just needed a couple of days off. I just needed a rest. I am not going to be live streaming every single day this time of year because there's nothing to do besides the World Cup content. And obviously with the time zone and all that, it's very difficult to do reviews when the games end. I'll still do reviews on some games, but not all. So there will be some days where I may not go live this time of year. So if anyone's out there that's a bit worried about it, don't worry. It's very difficult, but it'll be all fine. If you want to know if I'm going live or not one night and I haven't advertised anything, send me a message on Instagram and I'll get back to you. So live streams will be happening at least 5 out of the 7 days. So I might have a day off or 2 here and there, but just want to let you guys know that. But CJ, let's get into the review, shall we? Look, I reviewed England versus Samoa the other night after the game ended, but we'll just go a quick briefing of England Samoa. 60-6 England, very dominant. What'd you make of this game?
Two words, mate. Jack Wellsby. He really stood out
Yeah.
to me. I thought it was. I wouldn't say it was a good game, but I thought England
Horrible
played really
game.
well. Samoa just didn't show up, did they? Looked like they were getting.
They got shown up.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting some momentum towards the back end of that first half, but in that second half, England just came out firing, and like you said, England's drone boy's daddy.
England scored 6 tries in the last 16 minutes of the game.
You don't see that. You don't see that.
That's what, 34-0 or something in the last 16 minutes?
That's about 36-0. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's unheard of. George Williams had a blinder. Tommy Makinson kicked 8 from 10 as well with his goal kicking. So that was very good for England. Some of the standouts for England, obviously Jack Wellsby, Victor Radley, Elliot Whitehead, Tom Burgess, George Williams, Dominic Young, Callum Watkins, just to name a few of them. They were fantastic, England, and I think they deserved the win. Samoa, well, bro, I can't see Samoa winning against any of the big nations. I just can't.
No, me neither. Especially, it hurts them even more now after the injuries they got. No Hammer, no Hamanueli, no Tyrone May.
Tyrone May got injured, and he's a very good utility player.
Exactly. So they're going to lack that spark. Yeah, look, bro, I'm with you on that. I think Samoa, they're not getting anywhere this World Cup series, unfortunately.
I think they're gone in the quarterfinals.
So do I, and I think Joseph Suwali at fullback didn't work out either for him. So,
well, I've been hearing rumours that they're going to try and put Chanel Harris-Tavita in the centres, or they're going to go with Jaden Sewer.
Why?
But they just brought in Tim Laffey and Ken Seo, I believe, into the Samoan squad.
That will help their attack.
So Tim Laffey will probably come in, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he would. And that's a good
Tim Laffey probably. There were rumours of Harris-Tavita going to the centres, but Tim Laffey and Ken Seo going into the Samoan squad, I believe. So Laffey will probably play as centre for Samoa because they've got all the injuries.
That's good.
And Laffey, he had a blinder of a year for Salford in the Super League, and so did Ken Seo. So
they know each other.
They're both capable of doing the job. And Tim Laffey's played with Samoa heaps of times, so that's all fine.
Good experience. It's really good for him, I think.
Yeah. All right, well, England far too good for Samoa. Let's move on to the other game. The next game, Australia versus Fiji. And Australia, they started slow, bro, but they got away with a 42-8 win.
Despite the scoreline, I think Fiji they done pretty well, regardless of the scoreline. They started off well. Australia was slow, but they got into the groove. I thought Australia was, class as usual, but look, Fiji, they can be happy with that performance. I think so, at least.
Yeah, look, I thought Fiji started well. Obviously, that early try to Sami Volame got Fiji going pretty early. But once the Kangaroos found their gear, bang, they just clicked, didn't they? And what about the performance of Josh Adokar? Scored a double, scored a couple of freakish tries. I thought the performance of Latrell Mitchell was very good. Nanai and Crichton in the back row, very good.
Munster had a blinder.
Munster was out of this world. Cameron Munster was the best player on the field by a country mile. Absolutely. He was outstanding.
Absolutely, bro. Cameron Munster, he really gelled that team, and him and Cleary's going to be scary in the coming weeks. But
what'd you make of Cherry Evans at halfback? What'd you make of DCE?
Look, DCE, I think it's fair that he gets dropped. I don't think he really played too good, but he did his job. But I didn't think he had too much of a good performance. That's just me.
I wanted to see more from DCE, but he did a job. They destroyed Fiji 42-8. Munster and Cherry Evans have got history together. Munster and Cleary don't. So it's going to be interesting to see how that Munster and Nathan Cleary combination does go. But the Kangaroos will get better the more they play together. They will get better. I think they're a team. They're a work in progress. I think look, you look at some of the players that did play. Like I think Murray Tulangi probably won't play next game. I don't even know if the squad's even been coming out for Australia next game.
They've already come out, bro.
Okay,
The
I know
team's out.
Cleary's in. I don't know who else.
Campbell Graham's in as well for
Burton. I swear I saw Burton in there as well.
I think Burton and Graham's in as well, I believe.
All right. Well, I'll be doing a preview on the week 2 of the World Cup probably tomorrow, but the Kangaroos are probably going to look at different combinations. I'm guessing Isaiah Yeo probably comes in for game 2.
Well, the weird thing about the squad is Val Holmes is on the bench, which is interesting.
They're probably just trying new things out, the Kangaroos. I mean, they've got nothing to worry about Australia. They're going to be in the quarterfinals. They're probably going to be in the semis, so they've got nothing to really worry about. What about what was I going to say here? What do you make of Ruben Cotter? He's a bit of a blow for Australia. He's going to be out for about 10 days, I think it is.
Yeah, he'll miss next week, unfortunately. But no, look, when he was on the field, I thought he did okay. I thought he was all right. But yeah, it sucks that he went off to HIA. But yeah, I thought he did well for his first game.
The only concern with players in the World Cup this time of year is injuries and HIAs and whatnot. So hopefully no more concussions for Ruben Cotter. But Kangaroos, far too good for Fiji. Fiji showed some pride for a while. They just didn't have the stamina to go with Australia for the full 80. Also, it was the Cameron Munster show. So Munster was probably the best player on the field by a mile. Well, let's go to the next game. And I was disappointed with this.
Wow.
Scotland versus Italy. Italy 28, Scotland 4. CJ, Nathan Brown was Italy's workhorse in the middle, and then they had that amazing kid who got a hat trick. Italy, they were, you know what? Let's just face it, they were hot garbage, weren't they?
Italy, they were just. I thought they were solid. Jake Mason, I thought he had a really good game. Jack Cavagnolo. Italy suck.
No, Scotland sucks. Sorry, fuck me. Apologies.
Yeah, Scotland. I did tip the Italy upset to happen, but I didn't know it was going to be 13 plus. So that's what just makes it disappointing. No, look, I think if you're going to let 28 in Italy from Scotland, then you can only imagine what Australia's going to do to them next week. That was shocking. That was shocking.
Mate. Look at the Scotland team. They've got players in this squad that should be decent. I mean, you've got Kane Linnett in the back row and Ewan Aiken. Linnett had a quiet game. Ewan Aiken was probably Scotland's best player. James Bell didn't do enough for me. Sam, luckily, look, he had no help whatsoever. I thought that Lachlan Walmsley played well on the wing. Ryan Briley had some good touches. Let me just say this. The number 6 for Scotland on the weekend, Bailey Hayward, he was absolutely fucking garbage.
He's one of the he's also one of the touted halves for the Bulldogs coming up. So that's
he is fucking shit. He made me so sick the other night. I thought I was going to throw up. Seriously, Bailey Hayward, wake the fuck up. He was horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't his night at all.
What the fuck was he doing on the weekend?
He just...
You're playing for your country or are you playing for your local fucking town? What was that?
Nah, look, it just wasn't good enough for World Cup standard.
Bailey Hayward sucks. He needs to be dropped after that. He was so shit.
Yeah, it wasn't his best performance.
He was the worst player on the field and it wasn't even close.
Yeah, it was a bad performance, unfortunately. Hopefully he bounces back, but it wasn't good.
Some of his kicks on the last tackle, some of his... I don't know what he was doing. He looked lost. You know, I reckon you could bring Daniel Mortimer out of retirement and put him at a halfback.
Mortimer. Yeah, do better.
Hell.
That's probably true.
Scotland are a team where they should be improving, but they took a huge step backwards, man, on the weekend. I can't even see them winning a game at this point, bro. They didn't score a try to the 77th minute. They were about to be beat 28-0.
Against Italy.
I'm disappointed in Scotland. I love Scotland. I've got Scottish heritage. I like Scotland, but they were horrible. They were garbage, man.
Nah, they were dreadful.
Let's move on because I'm fucking not happy with Scotland, bro. I'm very upset with how they played in the weekend. Let's go to another fucked up performance. Jamaica versus Ireland. Jamaica, do me a favor. Don't play rugby league ever again. They were so shit. They were so shit. There's this one bloke. Where is he? Let me get his name up here. There's this one bloke. Fucking made me sick to my stomach. Jacob Ogden, I think his name is. What the fuck was he doing?
Look, you just tell that they don't know rugby league. Unfortunately, that was bad. And the worst thing about it is Ireland's goal kicking. If they got all those goals, that could have been anything. That score.
How the fuck did Jamaica make it over America?
Well, USA probably would have put on a better performance. To be honest, that was
the 2013 World Cup. USA, I think it was. I think they were actually competitive. They weren't all-star shit, but they actually had a go. Unlike Jamaica,
they only scored two. They only got 2 points on the board, and that was because of a penalty
on half time. I think it was.
Yeah, right on half time.
Let me just say this: I will be shocked if Jamaica don't get 100 put on them at least once.
They got New Zealand next week, so that could be fucking 160-0.
If New Zealand don't get 80, Michael Maguire should spray the whole team.
Yeah, bro. Like they're going to be up against Joseph Manu, Dylan Brown, Jerome Hughes. They're going to get murdered.
You know what? You might as well put a New South Wales Cup team against Jamaica, and I reckon you'd still beat them.
They'd still win 30+.
Jamaica. Look, I get it. They're learning the game. They're trying to improve as a nation, and I like that from Jamaica. But my God, if they can't score against Ireland, how are they going to score against anyone else?
Yeah, exactly. Ireland, they weren't even. They were good, but...
Let me have a look at Jamaica's draw. Let me look at who they got to play. So, Jamaica playing New Zealand this weekend, and I reckon they're going to be dead. They're probably going to concede about 100 points. Then Jamaica will be taking on Lebanon. They're going to die in that game as well. They won't even win a game.
They're not winning a game. No. They won't beat New Zealand.
You know what? I've got a bigger call to make. Jamaica won't even score a try in this World Cup.
You know what?
They won't even score one try. They won't even score 4 points.
You're probably right, because if they couldn't score against Ireland, there's zero chance.
How are they going to score against New Zealand and Lebanon?
Zero chance in the world.
Just quickly before we move on, some of the players for Ireland who stood out. Thought Luke Keary was outstanding. Obviously, it was against a shit team, but he was freakish, Luke Keary, wasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. It was the Luke Keary show. I thought he really played well, and he definitely put Ireland on the he definitely made Ireland look like a force that game.
They've got a good. I like Ireland's side, bro. Like I've got Irish background, so I do like Ireland a lot. And look, they've got some good forwards here in James Bentley, Frankie Horton, Jamin Jolliffe, Liam Byrne, George King, bit of mixture of Super League. Harry Rushton off the bench with James Hassan. You got Josh Cook there. The backline played well as well with Ed Chamberlain, Toby King, the senior boys there, Richie Milo at fullback. Ireland, very good. Jamaica, dog shit, pretty much.
Yeah, that's only the one way to sum it up, really. Ireland, too good. Jamaica shouldn't have been in the World Cup.
France and Greece, I just realised I spelt Greece wrong, so apologies about that. Allow me to adjust it. But Greece, they were quite competitive for a while.
Yeah, they were. I'm happy for them because not only a year ago, rugby league was illegal in Greece, so it's good to see them get out.
Is that?
Yeah, I don't even understand. Break that barrier and come out. But France, they're a growing country with rugby league, so they were expected to win. They also got Trent Robinson in their coaching staff, so that's going to help them.
Very smart. Very smart.
But now, look, Greece were competitive for about, what you'd say, 10, 15 minutes of the first half when France started to run away with it. But I think Greece can hold their heads up high.
Yeah. What do you make of Arthur Morgan at 5'8"?
Arthur Morgan 5'8". I think he did all right actually. I think he didn't do too bad. I thought he had a good performance. But
Yeah, 100%, bro.
I remember him. He's a fullback, isn't he? Usually.
Yeah, he plays fullback. Yeah.
Yeah, but look, at 5'8", he did his job.
Yeah. What do you make of Greece, bro? Like, they were a bit more competitive than I thought.
They had a few good hidden gems in that team. One of them being Nick Mugos.
Yep.
Who scored that last try. I thought Greece did good for their first rugby league outing. Scoring 12 points, only conceding 34 against a growing team like France. I think Greece can be happy with the effort they put in.
Fuck, I feel bad because I've literally fucked up with the fucking spelling with Greece. Down the bottom it says Grace instead of Greece. Apologies. But yeah, look, France. It's what we expected. I didn't think Greece would be this competitive. I didn't think they'd score 2 tries. Nah. I think France are a team on the up too, bro. Like a bit like Papua New Guinea. They've just got that potential there with them. And you look at a lot of experience with Super League and players there. You know, you got the likes of, fucking Benjamin Julian, Benjamin Garcia, Semasoni Langi, Fuad Yaha, Morgan Escray. Lots of experience there for the French, and they're only going to get better, bro.
No, they are going to get any better. And I think even next World Cup, which will be hosted in France, they'll be a dangerous team. But France, I don't think they'll go far, but I think they'll be competitive.
Well, they've got England next week, which will be tough. Well, this week, I should say. Then after that, they play Samoa, which could determine who gets the quarterfinals. So that's a big game.
That'll be competitive with Samoa, I reckon.
Depends how Samoa bounce back. But let's go to the next game. New Zealand versus Lebanon. New Zealand 34, Lebanon 12. A bit like Greece. Didn't think Lebanon would be this competitive with New Zealand. New Zealand were a bit sloppy, but they got going on the back of Joseph Manu, didn't they?
Yeah, Joseph Manu, brilliance. Put him right back into the game. I thought Lebanon did well. Josh Mansour scored that first try.
Yeah, what a shock that was.
Like a minute in. No, look, Lebanon did really well, I thought. New Zealand, too good, obviously, as expected, but Lebanon put in a performance where you can tell that they're improving as a side.
They are improving.
Obviously, New Zealand being that force in the World Cup, they're always going to win. But Lebanon, I think they're a team to watch.
I thought Kenny Bromwich had the best game in a long time. I thought Kenny Bromwich was probably the best player on the field along with Joseph Manu. He was absolutely fantastic.
It was class. He still has it, doesn't he? Looks like he still's got it.
Time out on the review. I just need to go to the super chat. And Jason Reader has just donated $20 super chat. Congratulations to Nick from Australia for hitting 2K subscribers. Keep up the great content. Jason Reader, thank you very much for the $20 donation. I will be doing another live stream after this, so probably in about an hour from now, about 8:15 New South Wales time. I'll be doing a live stream celebration. So if you guys want to donate for the celebration, I'm going to be putting my pay ID as well in the link below. So if you want to donate, pay ID would be probably better because it goes in my bank account just like that. So along with PayPal, Super Chat is also a great option as well. So I'll be live in about an hour for the 2,000 subscriber celebration. But thank you for the $20, Jason Reader. I really appreciate it. Back on the New Zealand versus Lebanon game. What about Adam Dewey going off at the ref? What'd you make of that?
Oh, look, yeah. It was obviously I did think New Zealand got a bit of the rub to green a little bit, but there was no need.
He said something like, "Oh fuck me, give me some calls," or something like that. He said.
Yeah, he said. From the quote I read, he's like, "Fuck me, when are we going to get some of the calls?" or something like that. But yeah, he got sent off for dissent. He's going to miss next week now.
So that's a big blow for Lebanon. So that means looking at their squad, who goes in the 5'8" with Mitchell Moses is going to be a very interesting decision to see what they do with that.
Probably.
They might have to put Reece Robinson to 5'8" and bring someone in the centres.
No, probably.
I don't know who else I got. Reece Robinson can play in the halves unless I put Jacob Kiraz there. But
Maybe.
who
Could be a
knows?
tactic.
But New Zealand were very good. Obviously, Joseph Manu was a standout. Kenny Bromwich had a blinder. Dylan Brown looked dangerous. Nelson Solomon off the bench is just fucking terrifying, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It was a beast.
Their pack is so good in New Zealand. You've got what? Fisher Harris, Papali'i, Joseph Tarpany, Kenny Bromwich, and on the bench, guys like Nelson, guys like Murata Niokore, Britton Okora. New Zealand are stacked. Lebanon were very competitive and they deserve a bit of a rap, but New Zealand in the end were just too good.
Yeah, for sure, bro. They were really good. New Zealand. Too good.
All right. Now let's go to the next game. And oh my God, this game was a fucking cracker, bro. The best game so far of the Rugby League World Cup. Tonga versus Papua New Guinea. What a game this was. Tonga 24, Papua New Guinea 18. Mate, this was a classic game.
This was the best game of the World Cup before so far of the World Cup.
Awesome.
This was a cracker game. Papua New Guinea was in it. It's despite their injuries that they had. Tonga were in it. They won.
They were hard done by a little bit.
Yeah, they were. They went, but the game went down to the wire, and it was a thriller.
What'd you make of that no try in the corner?
No, I thought it was unfair. I thought it was a
That
try.
was a try for me, bro.
I thought it was a try. Yeah, Papua New Guinea do have a case to feel hard done by because it was a 6-point
Papua
game.
New Guinea fans have got every right to be upset, and if they're saying they were robbed, I think they have a
Fair
case.
enough.
I think they do. People are going to say, oh, but how come you say teams get robbed all the time? Well, big decisions and big moments can cost you. It really can. So,
yeah, absolutely.
What a
It's
cracking
not like
game.
it was a 13-plus game. There was a try in it, so that should have been
It
a
was
try.
a great match. It was a fucking great game. I loved it, honestly. What about the last try at the end where like throwing the ball around like crazy, Tonga? The kick from C.Y. Takiyaho for Keon Kalamatangi, who played hooker. What about that?
Oh,
And CJ. Oh, there we go.
sorry. Keon Kalamatangi at hooker. And that kick from C.R. Takiyaho, that was crazy. You don't see that too often. And
Just want to give a shout out to Hold the Ball. Hold the Ball and Sam Rebel did a live stream on this game, and they got their reaction to it was outstanding. So, shout out to Sam Rebel and Hold the Ball. Absolutely fantastic. What a game, bro. Reece Martin's got the first try for PNG. There was all sorts of tries. Lockie Lamb and Dan Russell got a try as well. Tonga got a couple there for Penasini. Moe Fodawaker and that Eliza Katoa. I think he's going to the Dolphins.
Yeah, Katoa,
he's a good kid
Dolphins.
coming through, isn't he?
He's really good, bro. I thought he played very solid, and yeah, the whole Tongan team, they really worked for it.
And then Keon with the match winner, unbelievable. What a game of football. Cracking game. PNG had the chances to win, I guess, but they were quite hard done by.
They blew a lot of tries, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Which is good for them because they're going to learn from it.
Yeah, and they didn't have Xavier Coates there, who's going to be one of their most attacking spark players. So.
Yeah, it would have been good if he played, bro. Would have been good. No, it was a great game of footy. I enjoyed it. Tonga, get the dub. What a game of footy. Tonga win 24-18. Absolute classic.
Oh,
and the final game, which was on this morning, Wales and Cook Islands. Cook Islands 18, Wales 12. Now,
wow.
I picked Wales to win this in my preview. I was very close to getting this right. Wales, mate, honestly, this game was quite clunky. Wales could not fucking complete a set. They couldn't for their life, bro. They could have won this game, but they lost it. In my opinion, Cook Islands didn't win it. Wales lost it. What do you reckon?
Yeah, that's fair to say. Wales looked really good for those. Probably the first hour of the game, actually. Then Cook Islands' experience came in and just won them the game. But Wales, they were really good.
They blew it. Wales, they blew it. They should have won. They blew it.
Yeah, they blew it. But Wales, I think it's an effort that they, for the first hour at least, they can be proud of. They gave Cook Islands a game and not much people really expected. The majority thought Cook Islands would blow them out, but it was only a 6-point game. So
I thought this game was going to go to Golden Point, to be honest.
yeah, it could have. It really well could have, especially that last set of the game. That's crazy.
I'll tell you what's crazy. Wales had a completion rate of 85%, 30 from 35.
Jeez.
Completion rates were very high, but just the attack flow of the match was quite ordinary, in my opinion.
Yeah, look, I think Wales can be happy with what they produced against Cook Islands, but yeah, some of the errors hurt.
Well, have a look at Wales. Like, I got a couple of players that I think people will know of. Like, you got Caleb Akins, plays for the League Centurios in the Super League. You've got guys like Elliot Kerr, Reece Williams. People know Anthony Walker. All these sort of players, and you look at who Cook Islands have got. They've got guys that have played in RL. You've got Jonathan Ford, and plays in Super League. Jonathan Ford, Isan Masters, Anthony Gelling, Iro, Dominic Peru, Tepai Marawa, Zane Tanavano, all these sort of players. Brad Takarangi, Davey Malwell, Makatol, plenty of experience, Cook Islands, yet they barely just beat Wales. Like, credit to Wales, but Cook Islands, if they're going to win games in this World Cup, they should be dominating Wales.
Yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, I don't see Cook Islands doing too much more after this, but
yeah. Okay. Well, Cook Islands has run home for the quarterfinals if they can get there. They got PNG, which I think Cook Islands will see as a winnable game. That's winnable for Cook Islands. They're gonna have to be good though. And the other game Cook Islands could potentially win. Oh, hang on, they got Tonga last. They'll probably lose that. So they might be able to beat PNG, but they want to put in a good effort.
Yeah, I think they've got to be much more better for these last two games.
Yeah, 100%. Well, mate, I think that's all the games that we've just gone through. That's all 8 of them for the weekend. CJ, mate, thanks for coming on the Rugby League World Cup Week 1 review. It's been good, bro.
Yeah, it has been, bro. Thanks for having me on, and I can't wait for Week 2 already, eh?
Well, mate, just so everyone knows in the live chat, I'll be doing my Week 2 preview of the World Cup tomorrow at some point. I can't give you a time right now, but I'll work it out tomorrow. And I'll be live again, lads, in about an hour. So about 8:15, 8:20. I'll be doing a 2,000 subscriber celebration live stream. And if you want to donate for the celebration, there will be Pay ID available. There will be PayPal. And there will be Super Chat all available. So I'm going to set that up now and aim for about 8:20 start, so about an hour from now. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching the Rugby League World Cup Week 1 review. Hope you all enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.